This challenge seemed like it was pretty much impossible because, Guillotine Deathless, she's not the best champion out there, and this Danny Moonstar was very, very scary. So I thought, okay, maybe this just isn't gonna be for me, right? However, once you learn the Danny Moonstar SP2 decks, she is pretty much doable with any champion, and that includes Guillotine Deathless. And if you need some help on how to dodge your SP2, there are some videos out there, I believe. I think Sim has one already up. And I'm kind of bad at explaining dexing things. Whenever someone asks me, I just say I just dodge at the right time, and they're like, okay, that's so helpful. I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry. I'm not meant to explain dexing, I guess. But yeah, it's like Hitmonkey's SP2, I've been told. I think that's the best way to describe it. Pretend that you're dodging his SP2 because it's pretty much the same thing. It's the same dash back. It's only one dash back per set of bullets. So yeah, that's how you get past it. And once you time it perfectly, it's honestly a pretty straightforward fight. The issue is most people have Guillotine Deathless at rank 1, and rank 1 7 stars for 1.3 million health is not the most fun time out there, right? And it does take a bit of time to get through this fight, but this was my 5th attempt, I believe, and I was getting her down to 25%, and then I just missed a random SP2 dex, and it does all my health, and I was like, okay, I'm tired of this. I gotta lock in. I have to just focus up and try to get this done because, yeah, I was running out of time. Today has been so busy for me, and I needed to get this done quickly, and so I was like, okay, this is pretty much it. If I can't get this solo in this one try right here, then I can't post this video today. And I mean, since you're gonna see this video, you're gonna see it right now. Since you are watching it right now, you know that, yeah, I got the solo on this fight. So it took a few tries for sure, and it's not the easiest solo out there because Guillotine Deathless, I think she is a pretty fine champion, but there are better options for this Danny Moonstar overall. So yeah, it's a weird one, but hey, she gets the job done, and that's really all that matters. And there she corners me. I don't know how she corners me, and usually she's pretty aggressive with the SP2 because she has SP2 bias, but for this fight, for some reason, she just was not throwing anything, and it was honestly so annoying. But some tips for the fight, besides dodging the SP2, you can make use of Power Focus 2 by minimizing her power gain. So push her to 2 bars and then drop the relic afterwards, and just keep hammering down while she's above 2 bars, because that gives her pretty much 0 power. And you can just try to maximize that, and it makes you not to dodge as many SP2s, because the SP2, while it isn't that bad once you get the dex down, one single mess up and you're just done for. So yeah, you might want to make sure to just try to minimize the SP2s. And yeah, the rest of this fight is gonna go by it's not gonna go by quickly. Hold on, I can't breathe right now, I'm sorry. I genuinely do not know how some YouTubers can do just one take and that's it. I run out of breath in about, let me check, 3 minutes. It's honestly bad. Maybe I just talk too much, which is not cool, but yeah, I just don't know. I gas out so fast, and it's so annoying. But anyways, I caught my breath, and I gotta finish this fight here, and she's down to below 20%, so I'm kind of chilling. We go back in, drop the relic into the SP3, and yeah, Power Focus 2 is just a major help in this fight. And yeah, it does some okay damage, not too good, but hey, it's something, alright? And she drops the SP2, she's being kind of stingy, but it is what it is, and we get the dex, so I am just feeling pretty good about this. We're in the final 10%, so I am just so scared right now, because if I mess up just once, this is all my hard work for nothing, and this was my final try, because if I couldn't get it down here, I just didn't have the time to do it again. But yeah, here I play it slow, I just hold my block, she is crushing my block, and then I get the solo. Oh my gosh, that was so scary. That was so scary near the end right there, but we got it done. And yeah, we have all these objectives now, and that's from like the other objectives. But when you beat Danny Moonstar with 7-star Guillotine Deathless, you get another 7-star Guillotine Deathless, which awakens her. So yeah, let's check out that awakened ability real quick, because I know what you're thinking. Is it like really worth doing it? Well, first of all, it is worth it because you get an extra point in Winter of Woe, so that saves you like maybe an objective in the future, right? So I think that is worth doing. And here's what it does. So you have about a 10% chance on all attacks to lifesteal 26.52% of the damage dealt as like a lifesteal, right? And this is per every 4 souls that Guillotine has. Now, here's the thing. Oh, by the way, quick crystal opening, because yeah, that gave me enough 7-star shards for a 7-star crystal. Actually, no, this gave me enough 7-star shards. So yeah, big shout out to 6-star Cyclops blue team. He should be buffed by now, but it is what it is. And yeah, like I was saying, Guillotine's awakened ability, you're gonna see like it's very RNG reliant, and I'm gonna post some gameplay after, like, you know, this opening, just to let you know, because yeah, it's not just an opening after this. But here we have a 6-star relic crystal. I'm just like cleaning out my stash real quick before we get into the gameplay, because, you know, I'm not gonna post this in a separate video, so I just had to put it in somewhere. I'm sorry, but like, hey, I got the 7-star shards from this fight, so may as well just include it here. And we're gonna land on, there are so many good relics, and we land on a 6-star Venom relic. This is massive because my Venom is currently 7-star rank 2 and awakened. So yeah, massive win there. But now it's time for the 7-star crystal, and then I get this. So basically, I open all those crystals for nothing. That's so fun. That is just amazing. But anywho, we have the 7-star crystal here. I just want to awaken Kindred the most. Please, I am just begging for that champion at this point. I just desperately want Kindred awakened, please. If not him, then a Hyperion dupe. Then let's see, what else is there? It's just mainly those 2 champions. Maybe like, I don't know, a Warlock. But the crystal stops, and it's going to stop on a 7-star version of Guillotine 2099. Now this awakens her, and you know what? It's funny because I used her to get the 7-star shards, and now she's awakened. So hey, it's something, I guess. You know, she's a pretty good champion still, but not going to help me in Battlegrounds right now, so it is what it is. Just not like the best pull out there. However, it is time for some Guillotine testing. How good is her awakened ability? Well, here's an example. I'm going to go in with 53% health. Keep that in mind. So 53%, and let's see how much we gain after the fight ends. So it's a 10% chance. And so imagine you're like opening 10 Paragon crystals. You know, every 6-star champion that you pull, that's a Guillotine lifesteal. And, you know, using Paragon crystals for an example might be a problem, but hey, you know, it's fine. But like I was saying, so like every hit, it's a 10% chance. And I'll be honest, that's kind of low. No, it's not kind of low. That's very low. And that's just so like RNG. And this champion is just already so RNG, right? Because if you don't crit, you don't get the degens, and you just don't do damage. Then like now with her awakens, if you don't get the life steal, you don't steal the life, and it's a 10% chance. So it's like, okay, I don't think this is too reliable, right? But like, here's the thing. Watch this, for example. I'm gonna drop the SP2, and look at that lifesteal that we did. That was insane. Like that was crazy good, right? And she went from 53% to 93% in one single fight. That's pretty good, right? Like that's honestly pretty great. Let's check it out in this fight right here. So same scenario, pretty much same health pool. Let's see how many life points she steals, I guess. But yeah, hold on, I'm out of breath again, dude. That was, let's see, okay, 252. I went for, yeah, pretty much 3 minutes again. You know what, I'm not gonna take a break. We're gonna try to power through for 4 minutes. Okay, but like I was saying, we're in at 40% right now, and you know, the lifesteal just isn't showing up, right? And like that's kind of the average, I feel like. It's not always going to show up, and it's not always going to like be there for you, and that's just very inconsistent, right? But then there is that chance that it does like show for you, right? So for example, if you're in like Battlegrounds, you take a small hit, you're down to 80%, but then she drops an SP2 and it just crits and you get the lifesteal. That is a game changer, right? That is just massive. And, you know, I didn't get that right there, so we only gained like, what, 13%? So, yeah, it's just a massive difference, right? It's just a really massive difference. And I don't know. I really favor consistency. That's why I don't like Archangel. That's why I don't like Domino that much, because they're just not consistent champions. But Guillotine Deathless is just like them. And it has been 4 minutes, so give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. And we're going to see how much lifesteal she does in this fight. So I believe the starting number was 53%. And we're going to see like what she does here. And it's just, I wish it was consistent, right? Like maybe every 10 hits she does a lifesteal of sorts. That could be pretty great. Like it's guaranteed every 10 hits. Instead, it's a 10% chance. So it could be, hey, like twice in a row, for example. Or it could be like, you know, every like 30th hit if your RNG is bad. It's just so inconsistent, and I just do not like that really. And yeah, that's why this champion doesn't really see that much use anyway, because she doesn't really do anything that's consistent besides the SP2 lifesteal, or the SP2 Spectre, sorry. But yeah, this fight goes a bit better lifesteal wise. We got about like 22% overall, which is pretty good to be fair. Like a quest has 6 fights, and if you do that for like all 6 fights, you're gaining over like your whole life bar over time, which is pretty good for sure. And here we have this Wolverine, and let's see what the starting percentage is here. So the fight's still loading. Oh, and by the way, I had to revive after every one of these fights. Like I had to go in, quit out, revive. So yeah, it cost me like 3 revives for this video. So I want to see some praise in the comments, because, you know, I could have used that for like, you know, any future quest or something. I'm kidding, obviously. I do it all the time for content, but yeah, I just thought it was kind of funny how like I purposely did it. But yeah, here we have this Rage 1.5 Wolverine, and you know, for like damage cap, she is pretty good because of the degen just being her main damage source. And you know, she can't lifesteal as good in this fight because the SP2 can't like give her that massive lifesteal, but it still does some pretty good work here. Here I dropped the SP2, and yeah, so far so good. We're gaining like a pretty good amount of health right now, but you're gonna see like it just stops all of a sudden, and we just don't gain any more health because she just doesn't want to lifesteal anymore. And it's honestly so annoying, because you can have like this hot streak of just so much lifesteal, and then all of a sudden she just isn't doing it anymore, and it's just like inconsistent. So yeah, I don't know, maybe I just don't like this champion. I think she's really fun to play and just like very fluid animation wise, but you know, her actual abilities, that's where the problems really begin. And that's why like for the rest of the Deathless characters, I'm not necessarily too hyped about them. But here we have the Shang-Chi fight, and I'll be honest, this one is pretty good because I get hit like on purpose, for real, totally on purpose, not an accident, right? But yeah, I get hit here, and she kind of just digs me out of the hole. She goes from like 20-something% to like 50+%, which is, you know, massive, right? I just wish she did that consistently. She doesn't do it consistently, right? That's my issue with her. But yeah, here I go in, drop the SP2, we get no crits, but it's fine. And yeah, honestly, just not a bad time right now. We got 4 crits right there, so that's some pretty nasty degen damage. And yeah, she's doing pretty good right now. We drop the relic, go back in for a combo into the SP2, and yeah, the damage output is pretty fine as well. So we're looking pretty good in this fight. And here he drops the SP2, I believe. Does he? I think he does, eventually. But yeah, here he drops it, no big deal, and we're kind of just chilling. So the lifesteal, you know, right now it doesn't look too good because she's just not lifestealing anything right now. But we're gonna get a nice hit, and it's gonna like bring us up big time. So yeah, just keeps on showing the inconsistency, and right there, that was a massive lifesteal, and that one hit just salvaged so much health. But yeah, Deathless Guillotine, her awakening is decent, it's inconsistent, but maybe it'll be good for like a future quest involving her. I don't know, we'll have to see. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on on, I was about to say Deathless Guillotine on Guillotine Deathless, and yeah, that's about it for me.